go ahead and jump straight into your reading. We're going to take a look at what the next 72 hours has in store for you. Of course, any information that you may be looking for, I will have listed in the description box. And if you want to see future readings and you haven't, yet subscribed, make sure you do so. And also hit the like button if you do enjoy the message. And let's jump in. Let's look at what the overall energy looks like for you guys first. What's the overall energy look like for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements over the next 72 hours? All right. First card we have, or the first three cards, we have the Two of Cups, the Temperance in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. So the next 72 hours is going to be focused on connections that you have around you. There may be a particular romantic connection where maybe you're not speaking to this person, or you guys aren't able to speak every single day, but you could feel an energetic connection to this person or an emotional connection to them. There could be certain things that either you want to say to this person or they want to say to you. And there could be either a decision you're making during this time frame on whether or not you are going to, speak your piece to this person, or vice versa. It also talks about, with the Temperance card in reverse, your patience level may be running out when it comes to either waiting for something to happen, like this communication with this person, or your patience level in terms of a job and them, treating you better, or your patience when it comes to the process of something. You could just be feeling kind of burnt out. And I think that this time frame is going to show you where you may need more patience for things and where you got to withdraw your patience from certain things. So patience is a good thing. It's just, it needs to be put into the right things. If you put patience into, let's say, situations that don't necessarily mean you any good, that can, really mess you up, versus you putting your patience into something that over time will work out and will push you towards self-development. That looks different. I think that also too, for the next 72 hours, be mindful of being caught up in your thoughts for periods of time where you're like daydreaming or just reflecting way too much to where you're over guessing or second guessing things that you have decided to already, focus your attention on or your energy on. Now, going deeper, what is the advice for my Aquarius for the next 72 hours? So I have the Page of Pentacles, I have the King of Swords, and also the Four of Wands. So the advice for this time frame is to be mindful of the company that you keep, but also where there's potential for growth, especially in stuff that you're working on within your career sector and in personal development, things that you're learning about yourself spiritually and mentally. Give yourself a fair chance to develop, grow into this position, or even grow into the skill when it comes to your career. Some of you are already writing yourself off in terms of whether or not a career path is for you, because it could be difficult. But nothing in life that's worth it is easy. So don't give up just because you're running into, let's say, challenging times and you trying to, like I said, develop a skill or go for a certain career path, or even learning about a certain career path. Another piece of advice is to take care of your mental health. Okay, and what I mean by this is not to over reflect. Pull yourself out of those moments where you find yourself just second guessing everything. Some of you need to spend less time in the house. You may need to go out and hang out with people who, mean you good, of course. Now, going into what I see for the possible challenge you may run into. What's the challenge that my Aquarius may run into for the next 72 hours? So I got the Magician, the Three of Swords, and also the Three of Pentacles. So the challenge could be someone around you is very manipulative. Like, they know how to say things or phrase things or make things seem a certain way. And they could manipulate you into entertaining their foolishness, or maybe going for things that you may not necessarily be okay with. So be mindful of someone who's very, very manipulative. Like, they're very good at knowing how to, phrase things or say certain things and make it seem one way. Another thing that may be challenging, some of you, again, you could be questioning your potential. And this could be because you've been let down in the past. Like you were working on certain things and maybe, things didn't play out exactly how you may have imagined past tense. So the challenge is to not let the narrative of the past make you think that it's impossible in the future, especially with love too. Okay, the challenge may be not necessarily you being able to attract love into your life, but maybe pushing people away too soon out of fear that it will be disappointing. For some of you, this is more so workload. You could have a lot of work that's being placed on your back at your job or within a business or something that you're working on. It could be requiring a lot of time and you may not have time for other things. So balancing out your schedule may be a challenge. Now, going into love specifically, what does love look like for my Aquarius for the next 72 hours? I have the 10 of Cups, I have the Star card, and also the Sun card. So for my single Aquarius, you could be content with focusing on yourself, especially if you've been doing a lot of healing work. You could be pretty happy with just where you're at right now and just staying single. For others of my Aquarius, you could, have someone who you would really like to work on a relationship with or build a relationship with. You could be hopeful in regards to that happening. There could be things that you're realizing too by having interest in this person, especially if they're a Leo or possibly even another Aquarius. There's things that in this connection with them make you look at yourself and say, oh, okay, this person triggers me in this way, or this person, I feel like they came into my life for this reason. There's moments of clarity that come from someone of interest. For my Aquarius who are in a relationship, you could know that this person really, really does make you happy. You could know that also hope and healing around the whole foundation of it may be needed or necessary. Especially if there has been like infidelity stuff, or there has been moments where the hope has kind of faltered or it hasn't been, as strong. Now, going into career and finance, what does career and finance look like for my Aquarius for the next 72 hours? I have the Chariot, I have the Four of Swords, and also the Knight of Cups. So with career and finance, I do see you, like for the most part, powering through challenges that come up against you during the work week. Or not work week, but the next 3 days. The Chariot to me screams, I'm able to control what's going on with me emotionally and mentally so that I can focus on the goal. So a lot of you will power through like the next couple of days, being able to balance, your personal energy with showing up. If you have been waiting on a job opportunity or an interview or to even hear back from a job, you will hear some sort of communication where you get an update or you actually could be offered this opportunity. So look out for that. Some of you are thinking deeply about moving either companies or moving altogether to get a better job. A lot of you are ready to level up in your career, and this has been on your mind for some time, like even prior to this time frame. But there may be an opportunity to do just that. You just may be unsure about it, and you may have to face whatever fears that you may have about this. But this is what I see. I hope that this did give you insight in regards to the next 72 hours. If you did take something from this video, definitely thumbs up the video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.